Welcome back to The Contemporary Entrepreneur. I am here with another guest. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So you're a writer, producer, and also a director.
Yeah.
You do a lot of things, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's really, really good. And you also published several books.
Yeah, I just released my fourth one actually.
Okay, what's it called then? Let's talk a bit about it.
So my book's called Mwanzo Sana, and which is Swahili, and it means the very beginning. So it's all about religion, but before colonization kind of thing. Because it all started off with my own kind of journey. So I grew up in a Christian household. Just after some research and stuff, I was kind of feeling like Christianity came from colonialism. I know that Africa had Christianity before, but then when we were colonized, they say that the white man came and forced a religion on us. But if we were practicing what they brought, then why would they force it on us? So it just felt like, what was that religion that we were practicing? And then with Islam, it came through, you know, like when the Arabs came, they brought it over as well. So it's like, I felt like Africa must have had something at the very beginning, but what was it? So I scripted it, we made that film, and I also released the book on it as well. So that's what I do quite a few of my stories. Like when I feel like, okay, this would be visually like really good, then I produce it and I make it to a film. Yeah, Mwanzo Sana is a bit close to heart because it's kind of just, I was trying to explain an experience and a feeling and a thought. It's not to offend or anything like that. It was just more like, what was at the beginning kind of thing. What is it like? Why is it that every religion links back to a culture? Or, you know, when people think of a Muslim, they think of like an Asian person straight, or like stereotypically think of a Christian, and you automatically think of Catholics and white people. But when it comes to like black people, we seem to just go to religions that already have a culture behind it. There's no religion that links to African culture. That was the whole thing, basically. Okay, so your book is to educate. Yeah, it's a bit of it's more, I'd say it's a conspiracy drama. I think that fits it the best. It's like more of a conspiracy, like what if there was a religion? Okay,
well, congratulations on your new book.
Thank you.
Where can people find this book, please?
It's on Amazon, so it's available for purchase on Amazon. Just Seashell Yanda and Mwanzo Sana, and it's there.
Okay, that's great. I'm definitely going to check it out because I'm really interested in it. Something different. Okay, you juggle uni, filming, writing and radio. So you just graduated, didn't you say?
Yeah, I just graduated, got first class honours in journalism. Thank you. So that's when I was doing radio. So I had a show called After Dark, and I was doing that for about nearly 3 years. And it was like, it was a bit like, we just kind of spoke about everything that people speak about on Twitter after dark. So it was kind of like, we spoke about escorting, spoke about how drill music influences like crime. We spoke about like everything, religion and everything, like literally it was just everything. And that was it started off as something to do to support doing journalism and having that experience on the side, but then we ended up loving it so much, we moved around to different radio stations, turned it into a podcast for those that could tune in live. And yeah, I love doing radio, that was amazing, but I don't do that anymore because I'm kind of focusing more on my film career now, kind of thing.
So you said that you like to be behind the camera.
So this is so like,
it's different for you.
Yeah, it's really different because I'm always developing things or like producing things or directing on set, and then now I'm just like in front of it, so I'm like, okay.
Why when you chose your career as a producer, why did you want to be behind the camera and not in front? What was it about producing that caught your eye?
I feel like I'm more in control. Like when you're behind the camera, I feel like you have more control over everything in terms of people that are producing stuff. You put things together and you also think of where you're putting it out, so you're putting it in and taking it out. So it's like just the concept of being in control of the structure, being in control of the selling, pitching and things like that. I just love, like, basically. So making it happen is like you're doing it without having to show your face or anything like that.
So you're the brains behind
writing everything, producing it. I just love it. I absolutely love being behind it.
Okay, that's good. So just stemming off that, you have your production company and also a few films on your catalogue. So let's talk about that. And what films have you produced so far?
So far, of my own that I've written is Between Lovers, which was developed from my first book. The second one was a sugar daddy drama, so it was about it's called University Girls, and it's about a girl that falls in love with her sugar daddy and finds out it's her boyfriend's dad. The third one was a YouTube series called Goals. That was just, I wanted to explore series rather than film. I think I'm going to get back to that later on. It was alright, but I feel like it was a good exploring platform kind of thing, but I'm going to stick to film for now, and I'm going to get back to that afterwards. My fourth one's Mwanzo Sana, which I've just finished screening, and it's just been nominated for 2 awards at the moment. One for Best Student Actress to Madeline, well done Madeline, my lead actress, and the second one was just like Best Student Score, so we're waiting to hear back for that one, fingers crossed. But otherwise, the nomination means a lot anyway, to even like recognised for that kind of story as well. But that's I've won a few festivals for my other ones. They won like one semi-finalist, I won one finalist. That was Between Lovers and the Sugar Daddy one.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just going through festivals at the moment, but I'm currently in development for my 5th film.
Wow, you should be really proud of yourself.
Thank
That's
you.
really good. So as a producer, there's not a lot of black female producers, especially in this industry. It's a male-dominated industry. How does it make you feel sometimes when you see that and you hear that? Does it encourage you to keep on going? Or?
Yeah, I think for example, like I got into the National Film and Television School, which I start in January, and the NFTS, they only accept 8 people a year. So from like 2,000 applicants or whatever that apply, there's only 8 people that get in every year. And I'm starting my master's there in producing in January. So things like that just makes me feel like, you know, like it can happen. I just feel like you just need to push yourself. I feel like people don't push themselves enough. Yeah. But I started this when I was 16, and I just knew this is what I wanted to do, and I just never stopped. I was at uni, I was doing radio, all this stuff, but I still got my first and still pushed at my film stuff. And I feel like that's the main thing, just keep going at it. You know, I'm currently freelancing for BBC on Holby City in script development. That's amazing. You know, like I feel like just push yourself, and you can do whatever you want, honestly.
You're doing so much, so you should definitely be so proud of yourself.
Thank you.
So in everything that you're doing, there would have been challenges along the way. I can imagine, especially with uni and your writing and stuff like that. What's been your biggest challenge that you've overcome this year?
My biggest challenge, there's been so many, I'm trying to think of the biggest one. Then I just took so many L's, man. But it's just, do you know what, I feel like in terms of production, I think the hardest thing is when you have a story in mind, especially when you wrote it yourself, and you want to develop it in a certain way, and when it comes to casting, not finding the right person, or and you know, all that money that goes into the actual casting process feels like a waste of time. I also started this thing where I was looking out for scripts to produce for other people, like just collaborate with other writers, and I collaborated with a certain writer this year, and I also offered that they can direct their own films, and that was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. Like, all the films that I make are completely self-funded, so I had a part-time job at TK Maxx before, and I just bang out extra hours and just put the money together and produce films. But this person, like, that I collaborated with specifically, it was just an absolute disaster. Like, it was a waste of my money, waste of my time. I'm glad I went through that though, because now I know what kind of people I should and shouldn't be collaborating with. So that was a good learning curve, but that was a big L, like, honestly.
That was the biggest L.
That was the biggest L of my life, because like money just went out and it's gone.
So the project's never coming out. Yeah, I don't know if people clock, but like I don't want to like jigsaw puzzle or anything, but it was being promoted at the beginning, and then I just took all the promo down because it just didn't go forward. Yeah, but I've had quite a few of things like that, like collaborating with people that are just a waste of time. Some stuff I've still put out, but the person's been a waste. Like, I just kind of wish like I never collaborated with them and stuff like that. But that's this industry. You have to, especially at this level, you just have to keep going.
Just keep going and just collaborate with everyone. Yeah, we move, exactly.
You moving. So in this whole industry, who are people that you look up to for inspiration?
I don't look up to anyone.
Really?
Do you know what? I don't. Not even in a cocky way. I used to. There was people that I did look up to.
Yeah.
But then, just quoting someone called Linda E, who I actually interviewed. She made a very valid point, which is you shouldn't be looking up to anyone, because let's say I looked up to Oprah Winfrey, and I was like, what was she doing when she was 21? And then you'd start feeling bad about yourself because you're not doing things that they're doing. I feel like I'm on my own journey. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing what I'm doing. And fair enough, if people feel inspired by what I'm doing, that's fine. If people feel whatever they feel towards me, that's okay. But I don't think anyone should look up to me, because I have my flaws and I make my mistakes and I do things wrong as well. So I don't want anyone to look up to me, because like, just I understand if you feel inspired and stuff, but I don't think we should be looking up to anyone. Like, I don't look up to anyone at all, so I'm just doing me. Like,
I feel like you made a good point about obviously looking at someone's journey and looking at their age, because obviously, for example, imagine if I'm 21 and Oprah was 21 and I'm not there, it makes you feel bad, so you can start comparing your life to each other.
I don't want anyone to look up to me, like, especially because I'm 21 and I've done all these things. Imagine how many 21-year-olds haven't achieved what I've achieved, but I don't know their journey. They might be onto something even better tomorrow, so I'm not going to tell them look up to me because I'm doing this. I'm on my own personal journey, and you're on your own personal journey, so like, don't look up to anyone, just do your own thing. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna get there, just keep pushing. So that's it, man.
So what advice would you give to upcoming writers, producers and filmmakers that are trying to break into the industry?
I haven't broken in myself, so I feel like the advice I'd give is keep pushing. Like, if you want to write, you have an idea for a story, because this happens all the time, make it happen, write that down, because nothing worse than seeing on TV like that and you're thinking, I had that idea, I wanted to do that,
write that idea, make that script, and it might feel hard to even make a film, but I feel like with the right contacts, with the right people, contact me, man. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm always open to DMs and stuff like that. I will give you personal advice, because I feel like advice is something, again, it's like individual, because everyone's at different levels. You could be a beginner, you could be going back into it, whatever. I feel like the best advice is just go for it. Do you know what I mean? Just go for it. Worst comes to worst, the worst thing that could happen is...
Exactly, you never know until you try.
Yeah, exactly, just go for it.
You said that people can message you, so we're going to have her socials linked down below.
Yeah.
But what's next for you in 2020?
I'm current, like I said, I'm in development for my 5th film right now. I'm starting at the NFTS in January, which is going to be amazing. I can't wait to start that. I'm really, really excited. It's more producing, more films, more books, more scripts. I think next year's going to be a collaborating, like galore here. I'm just going to be looking out for writers, looking out for talent, and just making it happen. Because next year,
it's a big
let
year.
it speak for itself, innit? That's what I'm going to say. Like, this year was all about getting it together. Next year's going to be about making it happen now. I think I made it happen this year. Like, whatever.
You're
next
going to
year,
go bigger and better.
bigger and better, exactly. Bigger and better.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
It's alright. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. So we're going to have her information linked down below in the description bar. But yeah, bye guys.